Okay, morning guys. We're back for round two. We're going to start with a bit of analytics and what that entails, what it is, and how that is also changing businesses in a positive light. So yeah, analytics is basically getting the insightful data you need to make better business decisions and how you can save your company money and how you can also learn to do things a lot better within the business. So, screen share. Okay. Basically, this white paper is about your business advantage using big data prescriptive analytics. Okay. What is big data and big data analytics? Obviously, discussed earlier and a bit of yesterday. Big data is a massive volume of both structured and unstructured data that is so large it's difficult to process using traditional database and software techniques. So in most enterprise scenarios, the volume of data is too big. It moves too fast or exceeds current processing capacity. So big data analytics is the process of examining large data sets containing a variety of data types to uncover hidden patterns, unknown correlations, market trends, customer preferences, and other useful business information. The analytical findings can lead to more effective marketing, new revenue opportunities, better customer service, improved operational efficiency, competitive advantage over rival organizations, and other business benefits. So, however, in the modern business world, huge amounts of value can be gleaned from any information. It doesn't have to be big per se. What's important is data richness. The more detail and accuracy of data, the better. Data aggregated from various sources, such as internal sources, social media, sites, government sources, and third-party databases, it needs to be cleansed and deduplicated so that it's relevant and fit for analysis. So your company, obviously, if they're keen on going on this analytics journey and keen to take advantage of their existing data, they need to follow a process where the output of each phase forms the basis for the next phase of the analytics journey. The 4 phases are described below. Okay, so we'll go into the 4 phases, which is descriptive analytics, diagnostic analytics, predictive analytics, and prescriptive analytics. And going back to the first one, descriptive analytics uses data aggregation and data mining techniques to provide insight into the past and answer what has happened. Diagnostic analytics is a form of advanced analytics which examines data or content to answer the question, why did it happen? Predictive analytics uses statistical models and forecast techniques to understand the future and answer what will happen. Prescriptive analytics incorporates descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive analytics and uses machine learning techniques to identify correlations, patterns, and relationships from historical data. Using this analysis, specific actions are prescribed to maximize business outcomes. So what would normally take hundreds of many hours can now be done automatically, in real time, enabling businesses to be more responsive and agile. So why do companies need big data prescriptive analytics? Businesses are always competing on the ability to deliver expert service and attention to their customers. Amongst the ever-increasing array of product and service offerings, they can use the ever-increasing volumes of data to gain a competitive business advantage. the use of prescriptive analytics is helping businesses respond to their customers by turning data into a proactive, high-level service. Grove's prescriptive analytics solution helps to solve business problems that are manual, time-consuming, or resource-intensive. The benefits realized to date include increased productivity, reduced operational costs, and better customer service, just to name a few. So here's some examples of big data prescriptive analytics. I won't go into a whole lot of detail, but some of them are used for asset optimization. It could be a vehicle, critical piece of infrastructure, or component in the supply chain. So optimizing the sustainability and operational value of these assets is critical to maximizing service delivery and generating revenue for the business. So a couple of examples there would be asset mobilization, route optimization, just to name those two, and then asset and schedule forecasting, business planning, just to name that one. So various aspects of a business analytics can be deployed to obviously gain insightful processes for your business. So key benefits, again, would be the efficient use of resources, improved productivity, working capital reduction, and so forth. So do you guys have any sort of insightful questions at this point in time, or any other examples that you'd like to, where analytics can be beneficial for a company? Cool. So as I was saying, with a couple of our POCs, such as Triton, where they need to find the most efficient route to deliver the parcels back and forth. So if we could save them on fuel costs, that also will save them on maintenance costs. It'll save them on time. They can get more done. Then we've achieved something with that company.
Last question.
Yeah.
Well, so now a company now decides to join this now, use analytics. What happens if the system is still old-fashioned? So like you said earlier on about the whole thing, that the mobility needs to obviously be paired to the analytics. So would Grove, what would Grove do? And what if the company's been stubborn saying, no, we still want to stick with this old system using Excel sheets? Would Grove still let them do that and still do the analytics for them, or they like try to push it more to just pair the two together?
Yeah, I think it will start from a scoping perspective in terms of looking at the entire company and looking at it from a start to finish point of view. So the analytics component, it works well, it integrates well with most systems, but to get the full benefit of analytics, I think you'd have to sort out a few key aspects of that business as well. So making sure that their data is in order. If the data is lying all over the place, it's difficult for a system to actually pull any really insightful reports. So Grove would then look into the customer's workflow process, so their business process, and see that process, and then obviously advise on where we could improve on that process. So if that process is quite complicated and it's a vital process to that business, then we would look at it from a start to finish point of view, and obviously then provide our insight into how we can best streamline that entire process. So yeah, I don't think.
But with that, what Godfrey's saying, I mean, with the analytics, I'm sure there's numbers that come with that, you know, the cost factors and
Yes.
the
And also, you
projections.
don't want to put them in a position where you've done what they asked you to do, but you know that the process is going to be problematic, even though you've done what they asked you to do.
Sure, I think in that case we'd run a POC, proof of concept with them, just so that we could find out if we can provide cost-saving benefits and value to the organization. You know, with a couple of these companies, every process is different, everybody works differently, so it will have to be scoped out really well, just to find out if analytics would benefit their organization.
It's a bit of an ethical issue as well, in a way.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, he was just asking if they don't want to change, what would happen. At the end of the day, if you give recommendations and you
That's what
put
we can do.
numbers to it and it's to benefit, then there should be no.
So at the end of the day, all you can provide is some facts and figures
Yeah,
and some return on investment.
and they have the last say. But
A lot of companies are possibly not willing to let you handle their data. You know, there might be issues in that regard. So it all depends on the company, and it all depends on how we go about scoping the project.
But you also find those companies are the ones that their data is just everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the main reason is that
Yeah.
they don't have order.
For sure, and then we would come up with a solution to best combat that. So about getting their data in order, it's about figuring out how we can get their data to work for them. So yeah, as I said, we've started off with discussion of how analytics can be used in the company. If we've got some industry insight, we'll use what we know, and obviously leverage other companies that have used analytics in the right way, and they've seen cost savings. So yeah, I mean, it'll play. I mean, the more we present a solution like this, and the more people that respond positively to it, then you know we can build out some key facts. So it is. I mean, a lot of companies, businesses are looking towards leveraging their existing data, and it is something of a big hot topic right now. So yes, I mean, there's lots of things that come together. I think they need to be built upon. That's where Grove can build custom development solutions, not just here's a part of the solution and go ahead and choose. We would obviously walk the customer through the entire process, analyze the business, see where we can improve it, and then obviously they would need to see realistic facts, figures, return on investment to make a decision to go forward. So yeah, that's pretty much that in a nutshell. As we will go more and more into depth as you go along, as the company starts going down the analytics journey. It's really exciting stuff. I think we're all learning more about it as we go along. But yeah, I think it's a necessary component for a business to get on board. I think without any sort of big data analytics, I think you're kind of behind. And yes, these solutions will provide a company with a competitive advantage because you will identify trends and things that are going on in the industry by using your existing data as well. So it's all around.
So this, the analytics would also be more ideal, obviously, for the bigger companies that need that competitive advantage with competitors that are ideally quite similar, and they're looking for something different. So
Exactly.
that would be quite
Yeah.
catchy for them.
100%, 100%. So if you in quite a tough market, you know the retail space can be quite tough. You want to differentiate yourself from the competition. So if you understand your own business, understand the market, and get the data, make it work for you, you can come up with strategic plans to execute from the data that you've got.
Just like Nokia could have probably used the
Exactly. Exactly. So, watch this space, very interesting. We'll touch base on it again. I just want to go through the dedicated website called Informed Actions. And please have a look at this website later today. Get used to some of the key terms. And yeah, I think we will be incorporating a lot more case studies and obviously building out some more traction. But have you guys got a broader understanding of what sort of analytics can do for a company? Okay, great. That's all that you kind of need to know for now. As the company moves forward in this direction, it becomes more and more interesting. And yeah, I think it's a fantastic field. All right. I just want to move into the next sort of our ad hoc solutions. So solutions that complement our main solutions. So Grove have got quite a few other add-on products out there. And it's quite nice to get to know them. I think they value ads more than you pumping out directly. But you can sell them, some of them separately, such as Typeless and Clear Format. So I'll briefly touch on Clear Format with you. So Clear Format is an email branding solution. So it gives your company that visual representation through an email a message. So it's more of one-to-one marketing, and it's quite because it's quite effective because once you send that email to a prospect or client, they automatically get a feel of who your company is. You can brand, you can start off with a header, footer, or a simple email signature. And the great thing about Clear Format is that it does have built-in analytics and click-through rates. So you can actually see who clicks on your banners, and you can make your banners direct to a portion of your website or to a promotion or anything, or any campaign that you'd like to do. So it's quite a fantastic little tool that Grove supply, and it works on any email platform. So you can use it on Outlook, you can use it on Mac, you can use it on Gmail, and it basically brands your email in the cloud. So there's no software to install on your email client. There's nothing that will, you're not going to get any bugs and so forth. So it's a neat little tool that we use, and it gives you, obviously, as I said, the company a nice look, professional feel. So that's Clear Format. If you want the full branding version, it's about 336 Rand a user a year. It's like about 25 Rand per user per year, which is not bad at all.
How much?
About 25 Rand, or 30 Rand, somewhere around there.
Per year.
Yes. So this is a cool little video that kind of nuts, or kind of shells Clear Format up. And let's have a little play.
Corporate, is it only corporate purchases or
yeah, it's
individuals?
I mean, an individual can purchase it if they wanted to.
And then what's the cost factor on that?
Same price.
Same price. I like That's Clear Format for you in a nutshell. I
mean, there's nothing to it really. It is, as I said, we can use this in other areas where we can sweeten the deal or so forth. So it's a great tool. We've been using it extensively, and it really adds value. A lot of customers use Clearformat and similar solutions out there. Any questions on Clearformat?
But you have a template of an email. I never quite saw an email with it.
So, yeah, I can show you one. I'll just need to... That should be working.
Is it individual to turn this into this?
Yeah, so turn this into this. I'll get a demo through to you guys,
Okay.
so you can see. So they can either develop their own template, or we can do the template for them, which is quite nice. So it gives that flexibility. They get a portal where they can, use multiple templates. They can have ones for different campaigns. So finance can have one template, sales can have one if they're doing promotions, and so forth. Typeless is also a great solution. So it's a contact management solution where it'll pull your contacts from anywhere, from your LinkedIn, from your Gmail, from your email accounts to your social network platforms, and it pulls them all into one central console that you can easily find contacts. It's hugely valuable. This little video will explain it to you. And yes, it's something that we are pushing into the marketplace, and companies like Jasco are using it as well.
At first, we had contact books. Keeping in touch was simple. Then came email, Skype, mobile phones, Facebook, WhatsApp, and a whole bunch of other services. Never before in human history has it been easier to keep in touch. However, with so many platforms, getting in touch has never been so challenging. At Typeless, we're reinventing the contact book. Typeless imports contacts from all your favorite apps and services like Gmail, Outlook, LinkedIn, Salesforce, and many others, and keeps adding contacts automatically as you acquire new ones. Typeless merges details of different contacts and keeps them up to date as new details are acquired. Most importantly, our customers use Typeless to collaborate safely and securely on contacts. You can decide what contacts to share and set viewing permissions. Either share all contact details or just names and job titles. Our powerful search makes looking for contacts quick and simple. Search by name, email, job title, company, or location. Get access to your contacts in your email and on the go with our extensions and our phone apps. Open an account today and start collaborating with others using Typeless.
Awesome. Completely web-based, cloud-based, just managing contacts more effectively. So the question would be that I get, what's the difference between that and your CRM? So your customer relationship management platform. So that's where all your contacts should be. Typeless gives you more, it pulls more information. So say that there would be contacts outside of your CRM that might be useful for sales to follow up on. If you want to do a campaign, and you can locate any contact from any part of the world. So you can pull up all contacts at Cape Town, Joburg, London, and start building out campaigns that way as well. So it does give you a lot of insight into where they're physically located, and it just adds more protection for your CRM, which I find quite nice.
Automated. So if I download Typeless and I have all these platforms I won't need to manually pull them onto Typeless, or does it automatically? As soon as I have an account, I link my accounts and then it just pulls them automatically.
So you'll sync, it'll ask you to sync in. I'm actually going into Typeless right now.
Yeah.
And you can share contacts throughout the company. So I could share my contacts with you, Sipho, and you can share your contacts with me. So we built out this whole database of contacts, which is, it's great. It's a great company resource to have. So if I wanted to find people in Nedbank, you can pull up all the people in Nedbank, and even give you the information.
Is this your personal one?
This is my personal one, yes. So it gives me the telephone numbers, the position, and so forth. So yeah, for me, this is hugely advantageous because if I wanted to find contact to engage with, I can go in here and someone else in the company might have that contact, and I can go find it quickly and easily. So from here, it will show you all my connected accounts. So it's connecting to my Gmail account, my growvice.com account. It's connected to my Salesforce. It's also connected to my LinkedIn. So I can also add in a 365 account. I can add in my Google directory and so forth. And it works very well on your phone as well. So it's mobile ready. You just get your contacts right there. That's your contact book, and you're fine.
What you over here on module 2, it says Introduction to Salesforce. Is Salesforce an application? What does Salesforce?
So Salesforce is our CRM. We will be going into Salesforce
Okay.
a little bit later today. And that's where all our customer data is, all our prospect leads are, and I'll show you how important Salesforce is for the company. But yeah, does that give you quite a good idea about Typeless, what it can do? Perfect.
So it's Gmail, Outlook. Is that all your connections then?
Yeah, this is what I've just connected here.
On the left side, is that what you've connected? Gmail, Outlook,
Yeah.
your
So you can make it as a
Outlook,
Chrome extension.
Android.
Yeah, so that's all available there.
Okay.
Right. There's a couple of other solutions I'd like you to quickly go through. So just another add-on for Google or Microsoft 365. So you can get more domain control. So FlashPanel is a super administrative control panel, where you can gain, especially for companies that require lockdowns of their data, knowing where their data is going, they can install FlashPanel across the domain and make sure that your data is not being compromised. So it's just an added layer of protection. It also allows you to create standardized email templates. So like clear format, you can also create company signatures that are kind of standardized and everything's in a compliant manner. I won't go a lot into this, it's kind of just an add-on to, so if a salesperson does sell Google Apps Office 365, they would mention this as an added extra that they can get onto their package.
Which boosts?
Security, data management, visibility, etc., etc.
On top of 365.
On top of 365. But yeah, there's quite a few docs on FlashPanel, so have a read through those in the lead gen folder and get familiar with it. It's not something you're going to talk to a CEO about and getting their first FlashPanel. It is something if they are interested in going cloud with either Microsoft 365 or Google, you mention FlashPanel to them and your clear format. So forth.
Why do you keep saying FlashPanel?
This is Flash Panel as a product of BetterCloud. So BetterCloud, do you have other solutions? But we won't really need to go into that.
Flash panel.
Flash Panel is the product, yeah. And then the last one would be Backupify. Similar to your archiving solutions. So, yeah, this is a nice little insurance tool for you to, make sure that your data stays where your data should be. For instance, companies, so if you're in a shared folder, and it's very critical, say there's a human resource folder with all company contacts, and someone accidentally deletes it, okay, that you can retrieve that information. And you're not going to. These things happen. So companies deal with a lot of companies and a lot of support queries that they can't find folders, and it's been accidentally deleted or it's been accidentally renamed to something else, and it just covers you in the event that happens. Or if you have a disgruntled administrator or something, or a disgruntled employee goes and wipes out all your folders, you need to have cloud backup for that. So this is Backupify. It's also added-on solution for a company that wants to go Google 365. You would mention this to them, and yeah. So it's not technically, you're not going in there with this first. I think this is more, once they've decided they're going to go Google or Microsoft, will mention this to them as an ad hoc product to latch on to them. All right, so that's that's pretty much from the product section in this point in time. I think I've left the customer case studies for you guys to go through during your own time. We're going to start with the next module, module 2, on Salesforce, which will be very good for you guys. Because you're going to be using Salesforce every day. And then we'll be going through Gmail, our reporting processes, LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. That's going to be covered in Module 2. So there's quite a lot to learn there. Do you guys have any further questions on the product itself, how everything kind of ties into the Grove family? Anything that you'd like to just get more clarity on before we close up on the product session? As I said, you'll be getting ongoing product training and going more in depth with each solution, but there'll be your continuous development program. But anything else that you have in mind?
No.
Great. Right, thanks guys. Let's get some coffee and some tea, and let's get back at 11:30.